A House committee advanced bipartisan legislation to boost privacy and safety for children online, but it's still not guaranteed to become law. The measure aims to hold tech companies more accountable for dangerous content on their platforms. However, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say last-minute changes water it down too much. Jessi Turnure reports on the debate.
We are failing the children of this country.
A House committee advanced sweeping online protections for kids Wednesday, but many lawmakers did so begrudgingly.
I don't know that I could support this version if it comes to the House floor.
Florida Congresswoman Kathy Castor voted yes, with the hopes of changing the legislation back to the Senate-passed version. California Congressman Raul Ruiz also had concerns.
I cannot.
Ruiz worried the House version no longer blocks social media companies from promoting dangerous content that contributes to depression, eating disorders, and substance use disorders.
This is the very content that has already devastated so many families and claimed the lives of far too many kids.
But Florida Congressman Gus Bilirakis argued the legislation still addresses content related to physical violence.
My goal is for this bill to become law.
Bilirakis said the changes ultimately better guard the legislation against future legal challenges.
Sadly, we know big tech will pour millions into their lawsuits to tear the law down in the courts.
Some fellow Republicans remain concerned the overall legislation would give the Federal Trade Commission too much power and censor conservative views.
If the FTC decides that a design feature causes, quote, serious emotional distress, which is, by the way, a subjective definition that's subject to change, how does that not end up implicating content moderation?
But Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw ultimately supported its advancement. In Washington, I'm Jessi Turnure.
The Federal Trade Commission released a new staff report this week on major social media and video streaming services. It found companies engaged in vast surveillance of their users and failed to adequately protect them online, especially children and teens. Thank you again for joining us for State of Texas. I'm John Schinkel. We'll be back next week to bring you an in-depth look at Texas politics.